Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Fantastic Fives, the show where we tell you the absolute correct 5 answers to a particular topic in comics, and you tell us what we forgot in the comments. This week, we're looking at the top 5 most underrated members of the Justice League. When your team has Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman on it, it can be hard to make an impression, much less stand out. So this week, we're going to shine a light on some of the Justice Leaguers who don't get enough love, and I promise you I won't even mention Cyclops this time. Probably. Number 5, Aztec. You're already saying who, but give me a chance to get rolling here. Back in the long ago of the mid-1990s, before Grant Morrison and Mark Millar had the name recognition they enjoy today, they collaborated on a new book called Aztec, the Ultimate Man. I'm sure you're looking at this guy and thinking he's kinda goofy looking and, okay, yeah, but let me get into what makes him cool. He was raised by a secret society to be its ultimate champion against a prophesized, world-destroying Aztec God, and his helmet accesses fourth-dimensional energies that grant him a laundry list of superpowers: flight, speed, strength, invisibility, density shifting, and a number of other tricks when the story called for it. Though his series was canceled after only 10 issues, he soon turned up in the Justice League during Morrison's legendary run on JLA, and played a major part in the climax of the World War III storyline. And hey, he was even cool/weird enough to make it into enough episodes of Justice League Unlimited to earn an action figure. It's all about small victories. Number 4, Red Tornado. I've loved Red Tornado since I was a kid, and it wasn't until I got older that I was confronted by people, wrong people, that didn't think he was great. I just don't get it. He's part android and part sentient tornado, so that's already awesome. He's got airbending powers and an arrow in his head, and we all love that rip-off kid from Avatar. He was great in 3 consecutive cartoons. He gets torn apart all the time, and that's visually interesting. Sure, he has that problem mechanical heroes often face of being reprogrammed to turn on his team or have some kind of doomsday device hidden in their chassis. But come on, are you honestly going to tell me that you've never had a villain hide a bomb in your torso before? The other complaint is that he's always getting dramatic about what it means to be human. But isn't that what we're all trying to figure out? I think the real problem is people who don't like Red Tornado just see a little too much of themselves in it. Wrong, people. Just give Red Tornado and yourselves a little bit of a break, okay? Number 3, Dr. Light. No, not that Dr. Light. No, not that one either. The Dr. Light I'm talking about is Dr. Kimio Hoshi. First appearing as a scientist in 1985's Crisis on Infinite Earths number 4, Kimio was granted amazing photonic powers by the benevolent cosmic being known as the Monitor to help the DC heroes defeat his destructive cosmic opposite, the aptly named Anti-Monitor. The rookie hero managed to do more than just help, though. She saved Superman and absorbed the Anti-Monitor's power source and used it against him to hand the Anti-Monitor his first defeat. With a debut like that, you can see why it's frustrating that she's still overshadowed, pun possibly intended, by the bad guy, Dr. Light. Sure, he was around first, but that would be like us remembering an earlier Abraham Lincoln that was best known for stealing horses. She's a scientist, a single mom, and has cool powers. What's not to like? Perhaps she's not as well regarded due to a lack of equally epic follow-up adventures after that baller entrance onto the superhero scene, but I'm putting the blame for that one on the writers. Get it together, DC. Number 2, Mr. Terrific. While a vital member of the Justice Society of America in the comics, Mr. Terrific became an important member of the Justice League in the DC animated universe, and I'm using that as a very good excuse to include him in the list. Why? Because I've got a serious bone to pick. The second character to go by the name Mr. Terrific, Michael Holt, was already mastering complex studies like theoretical physics when he was 6 years old, then got 14 PhDs in fields as diverse as engineering and psychology, and DC has the nerve to say he's only the 3rd smartest person in the DC universe. What's worse is they have the gall to say that Batman is one of the 2 people that is smarter than him. Look, I love Batman, but how many degrees does he have? I checked with our Batmanologist, and he said he only has 1, injustice. On top of being super genius, Mr. Terrific is a black belt in 6 different martial arts, an Olympic gold medal winning decathlete, and a self-made multi-millionaire. So, until Batman gets his butt back in school, I'm awarding Mr. Terrific the official title of the smartest person in the DC universe. Number 1, Aquaman. Anyone who's been swimming should know how much fun it would be to be Aquaman. Sure, maybe his powers aren't as cool as Superman's, but whose are? Batman doesn't even have powers and people seem to think he's okay, so I cannot fathom why people want to give Aquaman so much guff. He's lame because he talks to fish, people who have no joy in their hearts will say. Why is that lame? Can you talk to fish? The lifespan of a fish in nature is basically non-stop avoiding being eaten by bigger fish or worse. And you think they don't have more interesting stories than yours about how long you had to wait in line at the post office? Now take a look at the globe. See all that blue? While most of us are busy wasting our time at the post office or listening to your story about being at the post office, Aquaman is busy out there looking after the majority of the planet. And when he's not worrying about all the crazy underwater business, he's helping deal with supervillain stuff on the land, in the sky, or in space. How dare you try to crack wise on Aquaman? The next time you head to the post office, it better be to send Aquaman an apology and a thank you letter. I'll even help you out by giving you his address. Just make it out to Aquaman, P.O. Box, The Ocean. Thanks for watching this episode of Fantastic Fives. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance for more comic facts, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comic awesomeness.